Hey guys, this is another sniper coming here with another video for you guys, and as always, lights are off, but not for long. Hey guys, so before I get started, I just want to say I hope you guys are doing a fantastic day of your life, and we're still in 2023, and a lots have been happening, but nothing bad, some like good stuff. As for me, I didn't want to mention this early before, but I already reached 105 subscribers, so I'm really appreciate for you guys for that. So thank you. But I'm not really trying to become popular or famous or anything. I'm just the only reason why I became a YouTuber in the first place is to show you guys my skills. That's it. But I guess looks like my skills have become a lot popular these days. But anyways, with that said, today's video. Now, this video has something to do, it's sort of a farewell, not to me, to someone else. I'll get into that right now. But before I do, if you guys recall, I guess I think it's about time I should tell you guys more about myself. Of course, it's nothing bad, but something good that something you guys might want to know a little bit more about me. So, of course, I'm I'm a huge fan of a bunch of games and a bunch of TV shows. Of course, you guys already know I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil, but that's not what I want to talk about. This time, which show I like what I'm a fan of, and it has something to do with anime. And the first one, of course, you already know is Dragon Ball because obviously you guys have been seeing me playing Dragon Ball Breakers, and I'm still doing the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot series again in hard mode. And for those of you who are new, I'm pretty sure you guys didn't see them, but maybe I'll live stream again once there's more DLCs and an actual story mode DLC. Who knows? And I still have the game, of course. My second one is Demon Slayers, of course. I even live streamed it last year. I'm pretty sure some of you guys didn't see it because some of you guys are still new to my channel. I did live stream the Demon Slayers, the I forgot what it's called, the Chronicles or something like that. Yeah, I can't pronounce it. So yeah, I'm also a fan of Demon Slayers. So Dragon Ball Demon Slayers, of course. And there are two, well, there's my last one, my third one, but there is another one that I am starting to get interest. I'll talk about that later. My third one, and I really wish I can live stream, but unfortunately, it's not on PlayStation. It's on Nintendo. That would be Pokemon. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Pokemon games and the series. And that's what this video is about. So, I don't know if you guys heard or if this is kind of like spoilers or this might shock you guys or I don't know, but I'm just going to say this. All of you guys who are Pokemon fans or not, you know about Ash Ketchum, the main character and famous trainer of Pokemon, who's traveled all over the Pokemon regions to catch and become a Pokemon master. Well, I got some bad news for him. Apparently, the company of Pokemon has announced and it's confirmed Ash Ketchum, the main and famous character of Pokemon, will no longer be in the anime series anymore. And it's really such a shame. It's been exactly 25 years ever since Ash traveled through many different regions. But I can't believe it. It looks like his journey is coming to an end. Looks like his dream of becoming a Pokemon master finally came true. So, congratulations for him. So I'm guessing that's why. So yeah, Ash Ketchum will no longer be in the Pokemon series anymore, which is a shame. However, Pokemon the company is still continuing the series. However, I'll get into on that later on. But before I continue, let's talk about let's memorize and remember every journey that Ash has been through. I'm not going to talk about all the details. I'm only going to talk about the regions and everything he went through. Starting with season 1, the Kanto region, his hometown. When Ash was just a young boy, at first he didn't get the 3-star Pokemons, Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle, because Professor Oak didn't have them anymore. However, he got one Pokemon, and that would be his best friend and partner, Pikachu. When Ash first got Pikachu, Pikachu didn't like them, of course, because obviously I don't know why. However, after Ash started his journey with Pikachu, he noticed a bunch of random wild Pokemons. However, one day, however, Ash noticed a Pokemon named Pidgey and tried to catch it, but instead threw it at a rock, and Pikachu was just making fun of him. Unfortunately, Ash was in danger because Pikachu was attacking Pidgey, and fortunately, there was a whole swarm of them, and it was raining. And unfortunately, Ash tried to sacrifice himself to save Pikachu, but instead, Pikachu sacrificed himself and saved Ash's life. Unfortunately, both Ash and Pikachu were injured. And fortunately, Ash met a girl named Misty. And unfortunately, he had no time to explain. So, Ash took, well, technically stole, but took Misty's bike and went to a Pokemon Center. But before that, Ash and Pikachu started to have a bondage together after what Pikachu noticed what he tried to do for Ash. Ash and Pikachu started to trust each other, and Pikachu started to like Ash. And unfortunately, by the time when Pikachu was fully recovered, Ash bumped into Misty again, and fortunately, she was upset because technically Ash ruined her bike. And fortunately, Ash met bad guys, of course, as you know, Team Rocket, Jesse, James, and Meowth. They were really interested of Ash's Pikachu and decided to steal it. However, they failed and fortunately did get Pikachu. However, they started to follow Ash everywhere, no matter what it takes to capture Pikachu. And then Ash and Misty started to travel together, of course. Unfortunately, Misty has a few weaknesses. She doesn't like bug type Pokemon, of course, and she still is. She doesn't like bug Pokemon. She's afraid of them. And she likes water type Pokemons. That's the best way I can describe her. Anyways, Ash and Misty met another person named Brock, who fortunately is a gym leader, and fortunately, Ash did get to know him and Misty, and once they got to know each other, that's when the real journey begins. Ash, Misty, and Brock travel all over the Kanto region, meeting people and helping them. And of course, Team Rocket, Jesse, James, and Meow kept following them, of course. But at this season finale of season 1 in the Kanto region, on the very last episode of season 1, Professor Oak sent Ash and Misty and Brock, of course, to a new region called I think the Orange Islands regions. I think that's what it's called. That was technically season two. But on the very last episode, well, I can't remember what episode, but it was the last episode in season one in the Kanto region. Apparently, Ash was supposed to retrieve a mysterious Pokeball called a GS ball, which is golden and has initial of GS, and that's why it was called the GS ball. And who was protecting it was a professor named Professor Isley, I think that was her name. And she took in care of Pokemons, just like Professor Oak. However, Brock noticed how Professor Isley was treating them and decided to stay behind and help her. So he said his goodbyes to Ash and Misty. And fortunately, Ash and Misty were on their own, and that began season two, the Orange Islands region. Ash and Misty were kidnapped by Team Rocket again, of course. Unfortunately, they crashed into a mysterious island. Fortunately, they were safe, of course, but fortunately, Ash and Misty were attacked by Team Rocket. However, until they met a man named Tracy, who apparently, I don't know much about him, but he draws like Pokemon and likes to observe them, of course. So when Ash called Professor Oak and got the GS ball, and when he heard about the gym battles and the Orange Islands region, he decided to enter. And yeah, fortunately, when Tracy noticed Professor Oak, he decided to travel with Ash and Misty, and they got to know each other well. But fortunately, after Ash won the champion in the Origin Islands, he went back to Kanto and gave Professor Oak the GS ball. But surprisingly, Brock came back. And unfortunately, for some reason, they have rumors to believe that Professor Isley broke up with him. And so, fortunately, he doesn't want to talk about it. So, anyways, Ash, Misty had to say their goodbyes to Tracy because he decided to stay with Professor Oak and fortunately become his great assistant. So that meant Brock was coming back with them, which means we began season 3 of the Johto region. And season 3 through all the way through season 6 was the Johto region. Ash, Misty, Brock travel once again all over the place, and again Team Rocket was chasing them, of course. However, on the very finale of season 6, Brock and Misty received some phone calls from their family members back home. And fortunately, it was very important. As for Ash, when he heard about another region, he decided to go there, but that meant Ash, Brock, and Misty had to say their goodbyes, like forever, like permanently. And when Misty was like, she was technically heartbroken and she didn't want to say goodbye because obviously, you know how friends act when they travel, and it's like it will always be forever, but things change. But yeah, so fortunately, Ash said his goodbyes to both Brock and Misty, and they never saw each other again. That began season 7, the Hoenn region. When Ash got to the Hoenn region, he met a girl named May, and unfortunately, they decided to travel, of course. And Ash met May's parents, including her little brother Max. Fortunately, Ash, May, and Max decided to travel again. Sorry. Max decided to join May and Ash on their traveling. And surprisingly, Brock came back and he decided to travel with Ash once again, just like old times. Unfortunately for Misty, she did came back in one of the episodes in the horror region. However, her partner and best friend Togepi evolved into Togetic, and unfortunately, she had to say goodbye to her best friend. Fortunately, anyways, in the horror region, Ash again traveled to get earn gym badges, and of course, but when it came to May, she wanted to become, if I remember correctly, she wanted to become the most popular. Yeah, but she basically entered Pokemon contest and tried to like make Pokemons look. I don't know, like she performed and tried to make judges to see how her Pokemon how they perform. And as a matter of fact, I should mention this. Jessie also did the same thing from Team Rocket. She also decided to do that as well. It's how surprising. In the end, in the season, throughout the whole entire season region, I mean, Horn region, May and Max had to say their goodbyes, unfortunately. And May, who knows, she might be continue doing her Pokemon contests and still. And unfortunately, Ash and Brock said their goodbyes as well. And yeah, now that became, hold on, let me think. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's kind of hard to remember which season is next, but I know the region. I just don't remember what season it is. If I remember correctly, hold on. Okay, if I would have to be guessing correctly about this one, it would be season 11 when Ash traveled to the Sinnoh region, which was my favorite of all the other. I'll explain later, but Ash went to the Sinnoh region, and fortunately, oh yeah, I should have mentioned this before. Ash had a rival in the Kanto region named Gary, Professor Oak's grandson, and they were rivals, of course. And in the Horn region, I don't think Ash did have a rival, or I'm pretty sure he did. I just can't remember the name who it was. But in the Sinnoh region, Ash, now continuing, Ash met a girl named Dawn, who was almost similar to May, who wanted to enter Pokemon contests and become popular. And fortunately, she chose her Pokemon Piplup, and they became best friends. And fortunately, Ash was surprisingly, Brock came back once again to travel with Ash. So Ash, Dawn, and Brock decided to travel all over the the Sinnoh region, and fortunately, and of course, Team Rocket was chasing them, of course. Fortunately, Ash. Yeah, but of course, at the season finale of the Sinnoh region, Ash said his goodbyes to Dawn and Brock, and this time Brock was no longer journeying with Ash anymore because after experience throughout the journeys, he decided to become a Pokemon doctor. And yeah, so Ash and Brock said their goodbyes one last time, and we never saw Brock again. Then the next region was the Unova region, where Ash met, I think her name was Cyrus, I think. Yeah, I think so. And the other person, I can't remember their names correctly, but I think it was Clytus or no, not. No. I can't remember, but still. But what was interesting in the Unova region, Team Rocket, Jesse James, and even Meowth, they were like serious. They become like spies or something, and they technically stopped chasing Ash because they were on serious missions. But after seasons that they're in the Unova region, they were like unbelievable. Like they were smart. They were no like goofing around. Unbelievable. But anyways, Ash traveled throughout the Unova region, and fortunately, for he won, of course, again with the gym badges, and still, unfortunately, he had to say goodbye to his two friends. And the next region, I forgot what it was called, but fortunately, it was where Ash discovered Mega Evolution. That's where Pokemon go to their Mega Evolution. And fortunately, he met two characters, Bonnie and Clyde, who were brother and sisters. And there was another girl who fortunately didn't recognize Ash, but fortunately, her name was Serena. And unfortunately, when she noticed Ash, she remembered him. Because here's the story. Ash and Serena, when they were kids, Serena came to the Kanto region for camping, for Professor Oak's camping, I think, something like that. And fortunately, she didn't want to go at the first, and one day she got lost in the forest with wild Pokemon. But fortunately, she was rescued by Ash when they were kids. And for some reason, people have reasons to believe she may or may, but yeah, maybe she has a crush on Ash ever since they were kids. And fortunately, Ash, Clyde, Bonnie, and Serena travel all over. I still forgot what region it was, but I'll look into it later. However, Serena did something to her new look. She cut her hair and decided to wear new clothes. And just like May and Dawn, she decided to enter Pokemon contests. And at the season finale, Serena decided to go to the Horn region and test her Pokemon contest skills over there. But yeah, and Ash said goodbye to Bonnie and Clyde, of course, and we never saw them again. And then the next season, the Alolan region. That's where Ash met and decided to go to a school and learn a lot about Alolan Pokemon. Fortunately, it was I can't like I said, I'm not gonna explain all the details. If you guys want to know about more of the Pokemon series, you gotta watch every single episode about them, and you'll know what I mean. But anyways, in the Alolan region, Ash met a couple Pokemons, and of course, met some friends. And for some reason, Misty and Brock came back once again, and fortunately said their goodbyes again. And after the whole entire season of the Alolan region, Ash once again said his goodbye to his friends and everything. That's where we conclude the Master Quest. I think that's what it's called. I didn't get a chance to see this season, well, last year's season, where Ash and that other guy, I forgot his name. It's been a while. I kind of never got a chance to watch it because I don't have Netflix anymore. Yep. Ash, and that's where we're getting to that part. Ash managed to reunite with every single person, with some of the people he met all over the regions that he traveled with. Yeah. So fortunately, Ash managed to reunite with them, and yeah. But fortunately, Ash, well, every one of Ash's friends saw like at that champion. Yeah, I need to watch that series. But Ash managed to win and became the Pokemon Master and achieved his goal. And that's where we come up with this year. After 25 years, his journey is now coming to an end. As a matter of fact, next week, Monday on January 16th, will be the very and last episode for Ash Ketchum, and we'll no longer see him anymore. It's really such a shame. But fortunately, there's gonna be another Pokemon series coming up this year with two new characters. I still don't know their names yet, but fortunately we'll manage to figure out who they are. But still, after 25 years of traveling all over to different regions, Ash's journey is coming to an end, and we'll never see him again. It's just not fair. Like, Ash was the whole purpose of Pokemon. Well, I would say yeah. But fortunately, Ash already achieved his goal and his dream came true. And he helped so many people from different regions. It's not going to be this. Pokemon is just like maybe not going to be the same without him. Now that he's no longer going to be in the series. I just hope someday or maybe some year, but I mean, it's confirmed Ash is no longer going to be in the series. But I just hope someday he does come back. But if he doesn't, his legacy, his journeys, everything that we know about him will always be memories in our hearts. And he will always be the very best trainer. Like no one has ever saw. But anyways, so yeah. That's pretty much what I want to talk about. Ash Ketchum. we will miss you, big dude. And who knows? But still. Pokemon is just not going to be the same without him. But anyways, oh yeah, but before I end this video, I mentioned, like I said, I'm a fan of Dragon Ball, Demon Slayers, and Pokemon. The fourth one, it's like, I don't know how to say this, but it's starting to come interest to me, and I think I might start watching the series, My Hero Academia. Yep, that's probably maybe the next series I might be watching, and might be watching the others. Like, if you guys are wondering, do I like Naruto or any other of the anime series? Well, to tell the truth, I kind of stopped watching Naruto when I was like 5 or 6 years old because I started to like Pokemon better and Dragon Ball, of course. So yeah. But anyways, so yeah, those are the 4 animes that I like. Well, My Hero Academia, I have to watch the series and see what's going on. And who knows, I might be able to start to like that anime show. But Dragon Ball, Demon Slayers, and Pokemon I'm a huge fan of those 3 animes. So, yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy that, and I hope you guys will understand. And one last time, we will miss Ash Ketchum. He'll always be memories to us, and he will always be the very best trainer. But anyways, with that said, don't forget to like and subscribe. So peace out, stay safe, and farewell, Ash Ketchum. Peace.